Alright, next bike to go out is a Lowrider S. Setup is one up. I'm really interested in how that feels. Oh, mid pegs. I don't like mid pegs. Where's the flipping ignition? Okay. Where's the ignition on this one? Oh, it's all up there. Okay. Fair enough. I feel sheepish. Alright. Okay, so the mid-mount pegs are going to take some getting used to. Don't feel very comfy. I feel like I'm kind of perched on this bike. Took me a bit there to find the rear brake pedal, but I do have it found now. And oddly enough, this didn't have the ignition switch on the tank, so but all I had to do was turn it on and get the fuel pump going. And then it just turned over like a regular old Harley. So there was that. Yeah, the leg placement on this is not the least bit comfortable for me. I'm just not used to this. I feel like I'm sucking my legs up into my stomach. Okay, so this is the S series, so it's got the 110 cubic inch engine. Don't have a regular old dyno lowrider here. And they don't have a regular Fat Boy either. That's just or Slim. They just have the S series versions of the bikes. This one, And I guess with the peg placement, that's one thing. I don't have to worry about the breather in my leg, which I usually do on all things Dyna. All right, and off we go, getting onto the freeway, following an Ultra, a Fat Boy S, and a Fat Bob up front. Got a Road Glide Ultra behind me. I don't know what the sweep rider's on. Again, I'm going to say that the geometry of the rider's triangle feels small. Especially with the mid-mount pegs. My hands feel real close together on the handlebars. I guess I just like them wider or a little higher up. Once I'm moving, I guess it's not that. It's not that bad, but this is the first one of the big Harleys that I feel like I'm on it instead of in it. Not a lot of freeway on that in this. Have to look down a lot to see all of the instrument gauges. It's more than just a quick glance. But we've got the speedometer, tach, fuel gauges right here, controls, just like every other bike I've been on this morning, so standard Harley setup. Okay, so I'm not an expert. I'm not a Harley expert. I'm not a motorcycle expert, but I like, these views where you get to just see what it's like riding the bike. And so here you are. This is the service I'm providing on a Lowrider S. awful lot of vibration in the mirrors, so it's hard to get a good clear view. But the mirrors are, you know, they are usable. Okay, getting close to doing the single file thing now. All right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this riding position at all. Not the bike's fault. Well, it's just the bike doesn't have to, you know, appeal to me. Okay. Yeah, just this route, you don't get the feeling that you can open it up. This bike has a lot more power than this route is going to allow for, especially the section that we're in now. Getting to know where that pothole is pretty well by now. But I guess one good thing about these low speed, super tight turns, it gives you a good idea of what the bike's going to feel like in those kinds of situations. And a lot of times on these demos, you don't get that. Because it's usually just, you know, we're usually able to go a little faster than this. That section of road is just messed up. I think when I get back to the dealer, it's time for a hot dog break. This fairing gives you a little bit of wind protection on your chest, just a little bit. So there's that. Coming up on this intersection. First demo ride of the day that we haven't been behind an 18-wheeler at this stop sign. There went a road captain by himself. Wonder what that's about. It is getting warm. So there it is, lowrider